You're about to learn a technique that can reduce your stress levels in under 2 minutes, improve your athletic performance, boost your focus, and even help you sleep better. And it's something you've been doing your entire life without realizing its true potential. What if I told you that the way you breathe right now is probably keeping you stressed, unfocused, and performing below your potential? Elite athletes, Navy SEALs, and high-performing executives all use this one breathing method to instantly shift their physiology and mental state. It's free, it works immediately, and once you learn it, you'll wonder how you ever functioned without it. What's up, guys? Today we're diving into the science of breathwork and one specific technique that can literally change your life in minutes. I know that sounds like hyperbole, but stick with me because the research on this is absolutely mind-blowing. I've been using these breathing techniques for the past year, and they've transformed my training performance, stress management, and overall quality of life. Most guys think breathing is automatic and there's nothing to optimize. You inhale, you exhale, you stay alive. What's the big deal? But here's what most people don't realize. How you breathe directly controls your nervous system, your stress hormones, your focus, your recovery, and even your pain tolerance. Master your breath and you master your physiology. The technique I'm going to teach you today is called box breathing, also known as tactical breathing or four-square breathing. It's used by the military, emergency responders, and elite athletes to maintain peak performance under extreme stress. A study published in the International Journal of Yoga found that controlled breathing techniques like box breathing can reduce cortisol levels by up to 50% and improve heart rate variability within minutes. Today we'll break down exactly how to perform box breathing, why it works so effectively, how to use it for different situations like stress management, pre-workout focus, and better sleep, plus advanced variations that can take your performance to the next level. Let's start with the science behind why breathing techniques are so powerful. Your breathing is controlled by both your voluntary and involuntary nervous systems. Most of the time, breathing happens automatically through your autonomic nervous system. But here's the key. Breathing is the only autonomic function that you can consciously control, and when you do, you can directly influence your entire nervous system. When you're stressed, anxious, or under pressure, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid. This activates your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight response. Your heart rate increases, cortisol levels rise, and your body prepares for danger. This response is useful in actual emergencies, but most modern stress isn't life-threatening. We're just chronically activating this stress response through poor breathing patterns. Controlled breathing, specifically slow deep breathing with extended exhales, activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest response. This immediately reduces stress hormones, lowers heart rate and blood pressure, and puts your body into a recovery state. Research published in Frontiers in Psychology showed that just 4 minutes of controlled breathing can significantly reduce stress markers and improve cognitive performance. Now let's learn the box breathing technique. It's called box breathing because you're creating 4 equal sides of a box with your breath pattern. Here's how it works. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, hold empty for 4 counts, then repeat. The beauty is in its simplicity, but the effects are profound. Here's the step-by-step process. First, find a comfortable seated position with your back straight and feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. Place one hand on your chest and one on your belly to monitor your breathing. Begin by completely exhaling all the air from your lungs. Now start the pattern. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 counts, feeling your belly expand rather than your chest rising. Hold your breath for 4 counts without straining. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 4 counts, letting your belly fall. Hold empty for 4 counts before beginning the next cycle. The counting pace should be about 1 count per second initially, but you can adjust based on your lung capacity and comfort level. If 4 counts feels too long, start with 3 counts per side. If it feels too easy, you can extend to 5 or 6 counts, but never strain or force the breath. The key is consistency and relaxation. This isn't about taking the deepest breath possible. It's about creating a smooth, controlled rhythm that signals safety to your nervous system. Focus on making each phase of the breath equal in length and smooth in transition. Let's talk about when and how to use box breathing for maximum benefit. For acute stress relief, use box breathing the moment you notice stress symptoms, tight shoulders, racing thoughts, or feeling overwhelmed. Just 2 to 3 minutes of box breathing can completely shift your physiological state. I use this before difficult conversations, public speaking, or any high-pressure situation. For pre-workout focus, box breathing is incredibly effective for getting into the zone before training. It increases oxygen delivery to your muscles while calming your nervous system enough to maintain perfect form and mind-muscle connection. Spend 3 to 5 minutes doing box breathing before you start lifting, and you'll notice improved focus and better training quality. Research published in the Journal of Health Psychology found that athletes who used controlled breathing techniques before competition had better performance metrics and lower anxiety levels compared to those who didn't use breath work. The breathing creates a calm but alert state that's optimal for peak performance. For better sleep, box breathing is one of the most effective tools I've found. The extended exhales activate your parasympathetic nervous system and signal to your body that it's time to wind down. I do 10 to 15 cycles of box breathing when I get into bed, and it consistently helps me fall asleep faster and sleep more deeply. The sleep application works because controlled breathing reduces cortisol and increases production of neurotransmitters like GABA that promote relaxation. A study in the Journal of Clinical Medicine found that participants who practiced breathing exercises before bed improved their sleep quality by 65% within just 1 week. Now let's discuss some advanced variations and applications. For extreme stress or panic situations, you can modify box breathing by extending the exhale phase. Try inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 4, then exhaling for 6 to 8 counts and holding empty for 2 counts. The longer exhale further activates the parasympathetic response and can stop a panic attack in its tracks. For energy and alertness, you can use a more stimulating breath pattern called the 4-7-8 technique, which is a variation developed by Dr. Andrew Weil. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7 counts, exhale for 8 counts. This pattern is particularly effective for anxiety relief and can help you fall asleep, but it's also energizing when used in shorter sessions. The Wim Hof method is another powerful breathing technique that combines controlled hyperventilation with breath holds. This technique can improve cold tolerance, boost immune function, and increase energy levels. However, it's more advanced and should never be done in water or while driving. For pain management, box breathing can be incredibly effective. The controlled focus on breath pattern interrupts pain signals and activates the body's natural pain relief mechanisms. I've used this during dental work, tattoos, and after intense training sessions with remarkable results. Here's how to build a daily breathing practice that will transform your stress management and performance. Start with just 5 minutes of box breathing first thing in the morning. This sets a calm, focused tone for your entire day and trains your nervous system to default to a more relaxed state. Use box breathing as a transition tool throughout your day. Before meetings, after stressful events, or any time you need to reset your mental state. Even 30 seconds of controlled breathing can make a significant difference in how you feel and perform. End your day with 10 to 15 minutes of breathing practice before bed. This not only improves sleep quality, but also helps process the stress and experiences of the day. Think of it as a mental and physical reset button. The consistency is what creates lasting changes. Research shows that regular breathing practice actually changes your baseline stress response. Your nervous system becomes more resilient and better able to handle stress when it does occur. Track your progress by paying attention to how you feel throughout the day, your sleep quality, and your ability to stay calm under pressure. Many people notice improvements within just a few days of consistent practice. One of the most powerful aspects of breathing techniques is that they work immediately, but also create lasting changes over time. You get instant stress relief, but you're also training your nervous system to be more resilient and balanced long-term. The breath is the bridge between your conscious and unconscious mind, between your voluntary and involuntary nervous systems. When you learn to control your breath, you gain control over your physiology, your mental state, and your performance. Most guys underestimate the power of breathwork because it seems too simple or too soft compared to other performance enhancement methods. But elite performers in every field understand that mental and nervous system training is just as important as physical training. The research is clear. Controlled breathing techniques can reduce stress, improve focus, enhance performance, and support recovery. They cost nothing, require no equipment, and can be done anywhere. There's literally no downside and massive potential upside. Think about how many times throughout your day you could benefit from being calmer, more focused, or less stressed. Every one of those moments is an opportunity to use breathwork to improve your state and your performance. The guys who implement these techniques consistently are the ones who seem to handle stress effortlessly, perform better under pressure, and maintain their composure in challenging situations. It's not because they're naturally more calm, it's because they've trained their nervous system to respond optimally. If you're ready to take your stress management and performance to the next level, I've put together a complete breathwork training system that includes multiple techniques for different situations, guided audio sessions, and progressive training protocols. You can find the link in the description below, along with apps and resources for building a consistent breathing practice. What's your biggest stress trigger throughout the day? Have you tried breathing techniques before, and if so, what was your experience? Are you willing to commit to just 5 minutes of breathing practice daily to see how it affects your stress levels and performance? Drop a comment and let me know. And if this video opened your eyes to the power of controlled breathing, make sure to subscribe for more evidence-based performance and wellness content. Thanks for watching, and remember, your next breath is an opportunity to change how you feel and perform.